Evening all, Remarks here, back again with another video, back again with another Oculus Go video. And this video we're going to be taking a look at the weird and wonderful pack that's available on your Oculus Go store. So if you didn't know, Oculus put together apps and games into packs quite regularly and give you a nice big fat discount so you can add those all to your library in one fell swoop. Now this pack contains 10 titles, works out about £8 or $10, 10 euros, and the overall value of that pack is 3 times that price, so you get a nice juicy discount. So in this video we're going to check them out and have a look at all 10 titles, one after the other. We won't be spending a massive amount of time on each one, but I want to give you kind of a quick look to see if it's worth your time and effort and money to buy this pack. And spoiler, yes, I think it is. It's a good value pack with 10 nice fun titles in it, some a little bit better than others, but you know, overall for your £8 or your $10, absolute bargain. But let's check it out. First up we have Castaways VR, which is a fun little game. Let's click new game. It's got a very sort of cute style of its own, sort of almost like paper cutout style, some sort of kids book maybe. I think the idea is it is aimed at children, but this is 3D. There is depth to this. The rain is right in front of my face. The grandpa is a little bit further back. He's on a boat. Something bad's gonna happen. Oh no! Whoa! And now we're under the water. So it's kind of like a interactive story in a way, with a little bit of sort of puzzle solving type stuff where you kind of clicking on things and moving spot to spot. I'll sort of show you kind of quickly what it's about. But this is a fun little title. Maybe, as I say, maybe more so for kids. But you know, it's worth a go as part of this pack. It's definitely worth at least a quid or 80p's worth. Which is technically how much it is in this pack. So here we go. Grandad is under here, so we can use our gaze to look around, control the pointer. We use the trigger to grab things, and we've got to uncover Grandpa because he's stuck underneath all this. Here, hello, Grandpa. What's the matter, Grandpa? You want a coconut? Is that what you want? Right. So now what you need to do then is kind of move spot to spot by looking at them and clicking on them. So there's a message there. Oh, that's the credits for the developers. You do need to turn all the way around, so you can't just spin on the spot or swipe or anything like that, which I do prefer. But you can still look around, so we can grab some snorkels. If we want to use any of the things, they're in our bag here, we can click on. We can move space to space, try and look around, get a little bit closer. We've got ourselves a rock, and we can throw it. Woo! And move around, and it's a cute little puzzle. I'd probably say overall it probably lasts about sort of 15-20 minutes overall. It's not a long thing, but if you kind of considering the price of it in this pack, yeah, worth it. Next up we have Splat VR, and this error message on the Splat game was on there like a day after it got released about there being a known issue with the Oculus Go controller and they were going to fix it, and that was a good couple of months ago and it still hasn't been fixed. So you've got TBC things coming here as well, ETA things that are being added, so stats and social still aren't here. But it's like a big game of Frogger in a big tube. So you control an animal, you can unlock different ones, you collect the little sort of coins, a bit like a freemium game. Jump. You use a touchpad to kind of just jump forward and forward, left and right. No. Try and get across. Oh no. Oh no. I ran under the car. What I don't like about this game is it's just so blooming hard. Not so much the sort of jumping or whatever, but when you get across to like the other side of here, you'll come across like, oh no, where are you going? He's jumping the wrong way then. You come across like scarecrows, and they just hunting you down so hard they just don't give you a chance. And this road is silly busy, isn't it? Look at this. Oh no, oh no, can I go sideways? Yep. Good, run. Right, here we go, we're going. We're nice and free. Oh look, the scarecrows, look, they're all the way over there. They aren't going to get us. We're not doing too bad here. This is actually one of the better times I've had a run on this. Oh, but look, there's a scarecrow here, but look, he'll chase us down now and he won't stop chasing us. And if we make any mistakes with the dodgy touchpad, he's going to come get us. Like this scarecrow over here on the right, he's going to come get us. He's going to chase us as well. We're going to end up with like dozens of scarecrows. Look, he's coming after us as well. It's not fun. This isn't fun. I'm going to get across here now. You can't just take your time. You gotta peg it. which they're now. Oh, he fell in the water. Oh, he got run over. Oh, that was nice. That's made a nice change. I think before all I've ever had is them just jumping on my head. And ran over. That's probably one of the furthest I've ever been. High score. So you get different environments. Overall, I don't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend this at full price. It gets a thumbs down. But for 80p or $1, yeah, I don't know. You can probably almost give it a thumbs up. But let's move on to the next one. Next up is definitely a weird game in this category. So this is Zombie Donuts. You get a gun, kind of a cool looking gun. You shoot sweets and marshmallows. I guess they're marshmallows they look like. And the good thing is you can have a standing mode or a couch mode. So you can either have the zombies coming from you just in front of you or in a full 360 degrees. So we'll just do 180 degrees for this one. Let's just do level 1 and show you what it's like. So zombie donuts are coming. The little zombies, zombie donuts only need 1 marshmallow to defeat. Big ones need 2. Oh, and they stick. Quite funny enough, they stick to them. So you do kind of that's kind of a nice little effect, rather than just like absorbing them. And you want to be grabbing these power-ups in the sky. There's a little bit sort of drop to the shots, so you got to kind of aim them a little bit. You can still shoot them while they're dying. Get a fortune cookie or whatever that was there. I mean, as a standalone game, I don't know if this is worth it, but for essentially 80p, it's a little bit of fun, and my kids kind of enjoy this as well. So, yeah, I mean, for the price as part of this pack, gets a bit of a thumbs up. Next up, we have Rotator X, which is kind of like an endless runner type game with a spaceship that you kind of control by spinning your controller. So, press a button to start, and you've basically kind of got to fit it through a maze as you go and go as long as you can. So let's see how far we can get through here. So as you can kind of see, we kind of dip our ship left and right to get through this tunnel that gets ever faster, ever more complicated. Try not to hit stuff. You've got like an energy bar or health bar on your ship. You can see the green bar there. And it does get... Oh, look, we took a little hit there. It isn't a bad game. It's very well polished, looks quite smart. I mean, there's not much to it, I guess. This is kind of the entirety of it. It just gets faster and faster, and different levels. You can't shoot or do anything else, really. But there we go. Through that check. I don't know if that's is that a checkpoint? I can't even remember. But yeah, I mean, for what essentially is 80p, $1. This is a lot of fun. I think it's usually $2 or something, is it? Or £2. Oh, I'm hitting all over the place here. Oh, I'm clearly not very good at this. You've almost got to try and figure out which way you need to go, and then just focus on that one side to make sure it fits. Because there are times where you can't go both ways. You have to go up or down the right way for it to fit. But there we go. Oh, actually, I think when we go through those checkpoints, we get our health back. That's what it is. It's not a checkpoint as such. We just get some health back. So, I mean, as I say, quite a smart-looking game. I think it's been out for a while. I remember reviewing this, I think, when I was on holiday last year and first started doing this series of videos. Ooh. Yeah, let's move on to something else. All right, next up we have Adventure of Ice Cream, which seems like a bit of a weird name for a game anyway, but you basically control this kid who's got a gun and you shoot. You basically pull the trigger on your controller to shoot and you look left and right to move. It's a bit hard to kind of see. You almost feel like you're not looking the right way, like it's a bit too low. I don't know, it's a bit weird. You collect different guns. I've got a fire gun now, which I think melts stuff a bit easier. It's a relatively low budget sort of endless runner. I mean, on its own, I wouldn't recommend it. I think as part of the pack, it's probably the weakest thing in here. Pretty non-eventful. We've got a little bit of a speed up there. Collecting coins, no online leaderboards or anything like that, so you're just kind of playing for the sake of playing. I mean, there's a small distraction as part of the pack. It's not bad. It's just not very good. But this is pretty much all you get. This is all you see. And I've just crashed into that, and there you go. So, On its own, it'll get a thumbs down, but as part of the pack, it's alright, it's ATP. Next up, we have Sea of Memories, which has one of the longest loading times I've ever experienced in a game. So basically, you use your touchpad to kind of touch forward to go forward. There's no kind of trigger or anything. Literally, all you're doing is collecting memories. And how you collect them is, or solve them almost, is interesting in itself. So graphics are relatively basic. It's 3D. You're on a boat. The boat controls are a bit weird. You can instantly go backwards and forwards, which is a bit weird for a boat. We're basically looking for these light beams in the sky, and when we get to them, we unlock memories for our book. So let's jump over here and grab this one. The environments are pretty sparse, not much to them. I guess we're on a ship, so how much scenery do you get? But here we go. So what you get given is some random weird thing in the sky, and then you use your touchpad to kind of spin it round and try and get it into a shape of something that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not sure what this is meant to be actually. I've not done this one before, but if we kind of spin this around, eventually kind of everything will kind of line up and just make sense for something. Alright, so I think we're looking for a seahorse. Oh, here we go. Here's a seahorse there. Look, if we kind of hold that for a second, is that going to lock in? There we go, that's a seahorse there. Look, surely. There we go, there we go. Seahorse. And you didn't need all of the shape. That confused me for a while. I wasn't sure what I was looking for, but you literally going to spin these things so they exactly match what they're looking for. So there you go, like a seahorse. You collect 3 of them, they make up a whole memory. I'm not sure exactly how much there is to it, but I've probably done 5 or 6 of these different kind of collectible things, and it's interesting to do. So I don't know, it's part of the pack for 80p or $1. Yeah, it's not bad value. It's a little bit weird, but I guess it's weird and wonderful. Next up we have Zen Paradise, and this is essentially a 5-minute video or 360 3D video where you're meant to just relax, take a deep breath, and then ooh, and look at all this kind of like squiggly, squishy art, paint, gloops everywhere. This literally just goes on for 5 minutes exactly like this. It is 3D, it could be a little bit crisper. I don't know if it's a video or sort of generated this way. I imagine it's a video. But you can take screenshots. So you can sort of pause it by pulling the trigger. Double tap to take a shot, and that saves that to your Oculus Go. And they do encourage you to share these on their social media and stuff if you kind of see something interesting, I guess. Is it worth your money? I wouldn't say if it was outside the pack it's not, but as a freebie, and technically a freebie inside this pack, or for ATP, why not? I guess you could sit back, chill out for 5 minutes and just relax with this. But I don't know, it's not a great value for money, but you know, as part of the pack it's not too bad. Next up we have Cube Puzzle, which is like hole in the wall meets Tetris. So you can unlock different levels. Let's just do level 1. Jump in. You basically kind of swipe on your touchpad to make this kind of shape move around to fit in the hole. So you can click onto the little sort of eyeball here to see the actual sort of shape. And then once you're ready, you click on that side and it jumps in. So it's a game of hole in the wall. So what's the shape? It's a square, it's there, in it goes. It's lots and lots of this. So now we need to make that go like that. Round to that way, no, to that way. There we go. Oh no, one button, that one. In it goes. And it's just lots of this. So it's not the most exciting game ever, but as a kind of casual little puzzler, it's not too bad. Oh, wrong way, that way. There we go, in we go. So I think overall, it's not great, but for ATP, for $1, yeah, why not? Batty Bats is one of my personal favourites in this pack, so it's a spin-off from Elevated to the Moon, is it? I think that's what it's called. It was a game that was in there, and you can play this little game here. I think I've had to uninstall it since, but you can put the cartridge in, you play it, and it's kind of like a game of ping pong, or pinball, even, pinball, not ping pong, with a baseball bat. So you'll sort of see here, we're loading up this game. It's very sort of retro looking. Press any button and choose your bat beating device. And basically then bats come and then you bat them away. And you got to try and stop them from getting behind you. Getting to your, is it a banana? And you can sort of see you've got like pinball type targets to be hitting. Yeah, a banana behind us, that's it. So you've got things to go through, gates to go through, targets to hit, power-ups to collect, extra things. I think there's 3 different levels, including some bosses. It's quite good fun to play. I know my boys enjoy playing it. You can sort of see there's you can kind of poke them as well if you want to. Sometimes poking them works because you can kind of aim them a bit better. There's a power-up orange ball there, which is quite good to get. But this gets quite good. As you get through the levels, you can look like the baby comes out, starts shooting bazookas everywhere. It's all a bit sort of crazy. Down there, can you hear that? Hey! Oh, hello bats. You get different types of bats coming as well. So although I'm only getting blue bats here at the moment, you do get different ones. Some that kind of fly in super fast. Giant ones they have to hit with other bats. Oh yeah, here's a giant one that we're going to have to hit with other bats. So you got to try to hit the right way. Oh, missed him. You sort of see that green one. He'll slowly fly around. He won't come close enough for us to hit him, but we can hit bats at him. Let's try and hit this one down there. Oh, here you go, the yellow ones. Oh, there you go, that one. That one. Oh, my headset power's low. Oh, how low is low? I've got one more game to get through. There we go. But there's Batty Bats. I mean, overall, it gets a big thumbs up for me. This is one of my personal favourites anyway. I do enjoy this game. And last but not least, we have Hyper Arcade, which is a pretty fun game as well. So this is essentially 4 games in one, which I think is usually about £4, $5 anyway. So this is like half the cost of it. And then if you add on Batty Bats, then you've got like another £1, and then you've got all the other ones. So you use gaze controls for the most part. So it's like a bit of a centipede type game here. So you're kind of moving this little ship, shooting the little targets. It's very sort of neon retro looking. You got to try and get the centipede before it gets down to the bottom. Oh, can't get him, can't get him, can't get him. I can't get him. Oh, he got me. Let's go back for the next game. I'm only rushing because my battery's running out. I could plug it in, but why should we do that? This one is, I believe, a bit more of a kind of like a twin stick type shooter. Where you run in a direction and shoot at the same time. The graphics are quite nice in this game. I do like the way it looks. As I say, sort of very retro. There you go. You're guiding the guy with the little sort of red circle. It shoots automatically. You just kind of keep running and just avoid stuff. Works very well. I'm very sort of impressed. And the little characters are quite cute. I know it's gaze controlled. It'd be nice if it was sort of controller controlled. But, you know, it is what it is. I guess it's a Gear VR game. Let's go back. Try game number 3. This is a brick breaker game. So, the classic brick breaker. Brick breaker. Where you have your little sort of paddle on the bottom. And balls bounce up and down. Tap to play. And we shoot it. And you get the various sort of power-ups like normal. So, like lasers or bigger platforms. And different shapes and whatever. And this one seems like this overall. This app is definitely kind of worth the money on its own. Here we go. What's that? Now we've got double or triple balls now. You guide it with your head, as you probably can tell. And as you complete a level, you end up going through to the right. And this is very well done. Right, let's do the next one. And then last but not least, we have Space Swarm. And Space Swarm, I can't even speak now. Space Swarm. I'm trying to remember what this one was like. What was this one? I'm going to remember as soon as I get in, obviously. Oh yeah, here we go. This one's a bit more like a proper old school sort of shooter. So you're constantly shooting. All you're doing is kind of moving your head left and right. These little spaceships are kind of floating around in 3D space. They are in 3D. All the levels are very, very much 3D. And I think that's what they're kind of showing off more than anything. The kind of 3D depth of the game. Like these little things are floating and flying in front of your face. It's pretty cool. And as I say, overall, I think this is quite a fun little package of games and apps. I know they're gaze controlled, but it's not too bad. You do feel that you're looking down or up a bit too much sometimes. You kind of don't find a comfortable space to kind of put your head in, kind of like maybe a little bit too far down. But overall, a fun little selection of games and apps. So overall, to recap, what you get as part of the weird and wonderful pack for $7.99 or $9.99 in dollars or euros is Castaways VR. That's alright. Splat VR, I'm not a big fan, but as part of the pack it's fine. Zombie Donuts, yeah, harmless game. Rotator X, yeah, good fun. Adventure of Ice Cream, pretty poor, but you know, for 80p, whatever. Sea of Memories, that's an interesting one. Not a lot in there, but it's a kind of fun little sort of thing to play through. Zen Paradise, a bit limited. Maybe on its own I won't grab it, but as part of this it's fine. Cube Puzzle, yeah, perfectly fine little puzzle game. A lot of content in there. Batty Bats, yes, one of my personal favourites, absolutely get that. And Hyper Arcade, yeah, £4. A bargain. So overall, for your $10 or your £8, I think that's actually a good value pack, and I do recommend picking up. It'll definitely keep you occupied for a few hours, and even if you get sort of 2 or 3 hours out of the whole pack, if you kind of compare that to watching a film or renting a movie, that's good value for money. And I think that's the great thing with the Oculus Go, is it's full of great small little games that they can bundle together to make these like bigger packs that just give you hours of kind of entertainment. And it's a great way of kind of increasing the size of your library for a relatively cheap price. I mean, £8 for all that. Bargain. But let me know what you think about all these games and apps down below. Do you like these kind of videos? Do you want me to look into more sort of the bundle packs as and when they come out? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll try and do that if you're interested. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. That's fine. Big enough and ugly enough to take it if you didn't like it. But do let me know in the comments down below why you didn't like it. I'll try and do better for next time. Become one of the Remarkables. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified when I next upload a video. And that's me done. I'm out. Have a virtual high five.